Hi, and welcome to this session. We're going to discuss identifying your competitors, which will really be focused on the competitor analysis. This is very important for any business, especially when you're designing your marketing strategy and what to do. So many times I've come across businesses that really don't understand their competition, or if they think they do, they don't take it seriously. There's different types of competitors. First one is the direct competitor. So these are ones that are pretty much offering the same exact thing that you're offering to the consumer. This can also include direct substitutes of anything that you're offering. Our second type of competitor is the indirect competitor. Now, these are not directly in the same industry, or they may not be in the same industry, but they do compete alongside the industry. So a really good example is the fitness centers and the gyms. Their indirect competition would be a wellness clinic or a beauty clinic that may include some type of nutritional information, maybe some low weight type of thing. So you need to look at the indirect competition. And then the last one is emerging competition. So these may appear sometime in the future. Staying with the whole fitness theme, one of the things that emerged over the past couple of years is wearable technology. Now, wearable technology is emerging competition because when people use the wearable technology, they may not have the need for a personal trainer or go to the gym because they have that. The other thing that most recently is starting to emerge is the virtual gym. So now you can put on your goggles and you can become part of various physical activities through a virtual means. So these are some things, especially for those, in this case, in the fitness industry or any industry, is to really be aware of what competition is emerging, especially when they're integrating technology into the field. Please do not discount that. We don't have time to go into that in this session. We can talk about it much more of how technology is impacting your individual industry later on. So how well do you understand your competitors? These are some questions you need to ask yourself. Who are your direct, indirect, and emerging competitors to your product or service? Are they online, offline, or both? In today's world, everything, like for anybody who wants to be serious in business, they need to have an online presence. So if you say, look, we don't have any competition, if your answer to that question of who is your competition, you say you don't have any, I would really question if you did a hardcore analysis on your industry, on your own business, on your products. Because I can be pretty sure, unless you are very much far ahead of the game in your own industry, there is probably a competitor somewhere around the world for you. Another question to ask is, do you know what your competitors are doing? That is, what are the benefits of their products and how are they marketed? So even if you don't have time to look this stuff up, you can easily outsource this information and get somebody to do the competitor analysis of a particular product or even your general industry. Third question is, what are your competitors' strengths and weaknesses? And this can easily be done by a SWOT analysis, the good old strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And really looking at, and be very honest with yourself. You know, there will probably be some competitors out there who have more strengths than you do. And there may be some out there that actually are weaker than you do. And you need to be honest with yourself. What do consumers think about your competitors' products and services? This can easily be found out just doing an online search. There's many pages right now out there that are recommendation sites, and there's testimonials, and there's sites that will grade or give likes for a particular product. Search your competitors' Facebook pages. If you're in the restaurant or food industry, check out any of the restaurant pages that are there, local and national, depending on what region you're in. If you're in the travel industry, TripAdvisor is obviously one of the key ones to see if anybody's talking about you, or if you're on hotels.com or Bookings or Expedia, many of those. So it's very easy now to find out what consumers think about your competitors' products and services. Another question to ask is, how are you going to position yourself in comparison to your competitors? Would you want to meet the competition? Do you want to beat the competition? Or do you want to counter the competition? Are you competing on price, product quality, or another point of difference? Once again, this is, you need to look very hard in the mirror of your own products, and then that also gives you an opportunity to look at your competitors and have something to compare it to. Briefly, you can analyze your competitors on the following: location. Where are they located? Are they located near a bus station, train station, any other kind of public transportation? What products do they offer? What services do they offer? What markets are they serving? You know, you might be in a similar industry, but you're servicing a totally different market. A good example here in Australia is back in the days when in the fitness industry, Fernwood came on board and their whole market was just women. Well, that's a definite point of difference for those gym goers that were just going to a gym that served both men and women. Where are the various points of sale that a consumer can purchase the product? What's the pricing structure? Can I go casual? Can I go monthly? Do I have to pay an annual fee? What are the strengths? Also, what are the weaknesses? What I would suggest is for every business out there, business owner, is to identify 5 to 10 of your major or direct competitors. And then when you do your direct competitors, you can also use your indirect competitors and possibly emerging competitors as well. Once you identify those competitors, identify the products and services that they offer. Describe the products and services that they have to offer. What factors contribute to their success? Assess their weaknesses. How will you address their strengths and capitalize on their weaknesses? And what are their current market shares in various segments of the industry? So I've put together this table. This is a very brief table. I've used this myself for various times in entering a market. Now this, you can broaden this out as much as you want, but hopefully by just doing this simple table, you'll get the idea. So with this competitor analysis, obviously you have, I like to put my company at the top. My location, actually that's a typo, it should be like, you know, you can put the actual address and then put in your own pricing structure, what services or products you have. So if you have more than those, than like a gym or Group X, this is obviously for the fitness industry, but you can do it for any industry that you're in. You want to have a column for each industry, for each product and service that you have to offer. This can easily be done on Excel because at the end, I can either put an X or a number 1, and I can add up all the various products and services that an organization has to do. If I'm looking at the price, I can put in, if everybody is charging per month, I can do an average price per month that people are offering. So I would have that table with all the various prices and services as you see there, with the product and service there, and then I can have a column of strengths and also weaknesses. I can go back to that previous slide. I can add as many columns here as I want to get a really good comprehensive competitive analysis. And then once I have that, I can see where I fit into the bigger scheme of things. Where's my location? I can even put a column in here of public transportation availability. Am I near a train station? Am I near a bus station? Can people walk to my gym? Or am I surrounded by a highway that may become quite dangerous? So all the various information that you can put here and also your competitors will make things much easier for you when you start to decide what market strategy, as well as how do I want to position my business for the potential consumer. When we look at competitive advantage, after you do that competitor analysis, hopefully you'll be able to flush out your competitive advantage. And this competitive advantage looks at the feature or set of features together with the associated benefits which make your product and services meaningful from those of your customers and valuable to the consumer. Your business must be cost effective and it must be able to offer products and services which the customers regard as preferable to the products and services offered by rival suppliers. So you can have a competitive advantage in various areas. The depth of your lines. So for example, if you are a retail shop and you're focusing on tennis, you could maybe increase your line of the number of shoes, tennis shoes that you have, or maybe increase the number of tennis rackets that you have. You might take on another brand. That's just one minor example. You could have the quality as your competitive advantage, or your uniqueness. Maybe you are designing personal clothing for people, right? So you only design one for people, and then that design is done. Knowledge, skills, and experience might be your competitive advantage. Your marketing approach and strategies, your image, your reputation, maybe the level of customer service can be your competitive advantage. Your location might be it, because you are located at the various forms of public transportation. Your price, your availability. In the fitness industry, one of the big disruptors were gyms going 24/7. So now those people that wanted to work out after work, say after 9 o'clock, if they were working a late shift, they could now go and train at a gym because they were 24/7. Going back to that, days and hours of opening. And also parking facilities. Do you have free parking? Is it easy to park? Is it safe to park your car near the gym? Other questions for your competitive advantage. Do you have the necessary resources to pursue your target marketing successfully? Can you gain a competitive advantage by differentiating yourself, maybe on the products and services that you offer, on the customer services that you offer? It may be based on the points of sale offered to the consumer, and also it may be based on price. Long-term success is really based on the strengths of your business. It's also based on the meaning and value, meaning and what's valued by your target customers. Your long-term success is also, you have to question, is it substantial enough to actually make a difference? And lastly, is the long-term success, the question is it sustainable in the face of competitor action and changes in the market? Because in today's world, especially with technology, our market, in every industry, is changing fairly rapidly. Thank you for your attention, and we will talk about target marketing in a later webinar, so stay tuned.